Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm drawing Percy the Smallfoot and Migo the Yeti from the new Smallfoot movie, and I'm going to be mixing it up and using both coloured pencils and soft pastels to complete this fun drawing. I'm going to quickly mention the paper I'm using today, which is the Strathmore Toned Blue Mixed Media paper, and this is new to me, so I'm curious to see how it works out. Being a mixed media paper, it is thicker than the toned tan and toned grey paper I'm used to from Strathmore, and is described as having a vellum surface, which is good for dry media like graphite, charcoal and pastel, as well as wet media as well, which I'm not testing today but may test in a future video. So before I bought this paper I did look at the reviews, and a couple of people said it was more grey than blue, but if you put them together like I'm doing here, you can actually see the difference. So on with today's drawing. Now the thing I like about mixed media paper is that you can choose the right art supply for the job. You're not limited by the paper. And after sketching out my drawing in pencil, I thought that the small details of Percy would be best done with my Prismacolor pencils. Colour pencils are ideally suited to small details, and that's because you can sharpen them to a nice fine point and build up really bright detailed areas accurately by applying layers, which, because it's a small drawing, won't take too long, so it's a win-win. So I picked out the colours I wanted to use and chose a mid-dark and light tone of each colour, but the benefit to using a toned paper is that you already have a mid-colour down as a base to work from. So making sure my pencils were nice and sharp, I began with Percy's hair and skin. I find the best results with colour pencils are achieved by using light layers, so not applying too much pressure to your pencil and burnishing straight away. I also try and use small circular movements with my pencils to cover the tooth of the paper, so you get a nice even coverage. By applying lots of light layers, you don't damage or flatten the tooth of your paper, which means you can keep adding further layers and colours until you're happy with it. Once I'd finished on the face, it was time to move on to Percy's clothes, and I started out again using light layers with a mid-value red colour. Notice to start with how grainy the jacket looks after applying the initial layer, but how after adding more layers and building up the colour it looks so much smoother and brighter. And the magic really happens when you add the white colour pencil to blend those pencil layers together. The white colour pencil is also great for adding highlights, which really stand out on this toned paper. So the only disadvantage to using this white pencil to blend with is that it can lighten your colours a bit, so this just means you may need to go back over certain areas to darken or brighten them up again. I used the same method for Percy's trousers and boot, applying a mid blue colour first in light layers, then adding a darker blue in the shadowed areas and blending and adding highlights with the white pencil. Now with the Smallfoot complete, it was time to start on Migo the Yeti. Now the Yeti is obviously much larger than Percy, so going back to what I said in the start of this video about mixing media and using the best art supply for the job, I thought Migo's larger furry body would really lend itself to using soft pastels. But for his hands and the smaller details on his face, I stuck with my coloured pencils. Now soft pastels could have worked just as well for the Yeti's large hands, but it's personal choice, and this is just the way I chose to do it today. Working with coloured pencils is a fair bit slower than working with pastels, but they can be easier to control and are less messy and less likely to smudge than pastels. So for the hands, I was careful to keep my pencils nice and sharp and work in circular motions with my pencils to fill in all that tooth of the paper. And there are quite a lot of dark areas and shading in between the fingers, so by adding lots of light layers I was able to build up these colours, and I blended them in smoothly using that white pencil again. On to Migo's face, and this was a really fun part. The white pencil really stands out on this blue tone paper, so his eyes and teeth looked really effective. Now for the second part of this drawing, I was really keen to take advantage of my soft pastel pencils to draw in some easy yet super effective fur texture for Migo's body. And for the whole of his body I just used 3 colours, a light blue, a dark blue and a white. And where colour pencils are great for fine details and smooth shading and blending, soft pastel pencils are brilliant for creating fluffy furry textures over larger areas. They can also be blended easily by using your finger, a tissue, a blending stump or, as you'll see me do later on, a cotton bud. They also work really well in mixed media drawings with colour pencils. My method for drawing the fur was really simple. I tended to use the lighter blue pencil as a base and then alternated between adding the white and darker blue pencil in a bit of a wavy pattern. I didn't add a lot of detail in my initial pencil sketch for this area, but I did just mark in the general direction that the fur was going in and made sure that my pencil strokes were of the right length as the fur, as well as following the general direction of the fur growth. So once I'd applied a few layers, I blended them together with my finger before going in and adding some more contrast and a bit more definition with a white and dark blue pencil again. I really love using soft pastel pencils to draw fur. It's so effective and you can cover large areas really quickly, so I would say if you haven't ever mixed media in your drawings before, or if you've never used soft pastels before and get the opportunity, do give it a try. I could have drawn Migo's fur using coloured pencils for example, but it would have been far more time consuming and difficult to get a good fur texture than it has been using these soft pastels. That's not to say though that you can't draw fur unless you have pastel pencils, and you don't have to have the same art supplies as me, but just to think sometimes what you have got that you can use together. So maybe try using felt tip markers, paint or even chalks to get some interesting results and have fun trying it all out. And certainly areas like this, if you are using just colour pencil, they can be really time consuming and you can get a little bit bored sometimes because it takes so long and it can make your hand ache as well. So thinking about what other materials you can use to do the job in a quicker and more fun way is always a good thing in my book. But there are a couple of disadvantages of soft pastel pencils that I'm going to mention, and the first is that they do wear down quite quickly as they are very soft, and sharpening them can be a bit tricky. So I would say avoid any of the mechanical pencil sharpeners or the crank handle pencil sharpeners and just stick with one of the handheld ones, or you can even use a bit of sandpaper. The second disadvantage is that they can be a bit messy. They can create quite a bit of dust when you're using them, so you have to be careful not to inhale that or blow that around a lot. And you do need to use a piece of paper underneath your hand to protect your work and stop it smudging. But I was having so much fun with this drawing today that at the end I decided to do this last minute background and just created this by using some washi tape to make a border around the outside of the Yeti and SMALLFOOT, and just used my soft pastels again to fill in a bit of a background and blended them together to create quite a nice effect with my finger and also a cotton bud. And the cotton bud just helped me get into the smaller details and blend it smoothly without ruining the rest of the Yeti and the drawing. So I had a lot of fun with this drawing of Percy and Migo today, and I really enjoyed using a combination of my coloured pencils and soft pastel pencils to create the textures and effects I was after, and I thought they both worked really well on this toned mixed media paper, and I'm looking forward to using it in future artwork. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon as well to be notified as soon as I upload a new video. So I'm just coming to the end of the drawing now, but just to let you know, I have already planned some really fun video ideas for the next few months, and I'm really excited to share them with you. So I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.